All right, what is going on, everybody? This is a late video, but this is an important video. This is a video that I have to make because of the events of this weekend. Now, I always tell people to do your best to have a great week, work hard, play hard, so have a fantastic weekend, and so you can play and have some type of enjoyment of what you do throughout the week to have a great weekend. Well, this weekend was not a bad weekend, but it was a cautionary, event that happened. If you know, I live in the northwest part of Georgia, and in that area, we saw some really bad storms, and we had a tornado touchdown. Not even, I can look, probably like right on the other side of where I live, probably about a half a mile, maybe a mile away, where I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I knew a tornado touched down in my county, but I don't know exactly where. But based on the damage that I've seen, the damage was very, very bad. It was really bad. And we were out of power for maybe about 12 hours. We also did not have any internet service until about an hour ago. So that was probably like another, 24 hours or maybe 22 hours without any internet. But that's not the important thing. We didn't have any power, and we had to move to a secure area in the house in the middle of the night last night. It was one of the reasons why I didn't go live, because I didn't know how bad the storm was going to be. But like I said, we ended up having to go into a secure place in the house, and we basically waited it out. As soon as we heard the tornado warning, we went there and we stayed in that area for about maybe an hour, hour and a half. We just didn't know because it was still raining really bad. The wind was kicking up really bad. And luckily, my son, he doesn't let anything phase him. He slept throughout the entire event. It's kind of crazy, but throughout the entire time, I was just sitting there like, you know what? First and foremost, I have my family here, and I don't know what's going to happen. And then, secondly, I was, just thinking about all the things I worked for to get to this point, not just, the material stuff. That's a part of it too, but my family and getting everybody in the right position to live and be comfortable and have these situations where we could just sit here and enjoy all of the hobbies that we have and just enjoy, just living your life. And all that stuff could have been taken within a matter of seconds with this tornado hit now. Now, I want to tell you about the tornado. A tornado was an EF1, and it had winds up to about between 105 and 115 miles an hour. It tore down, I know at least one house that I know of that's about maybe a couple of miles away, and trees are knocked down everywhere. Probably not now, because today there was a lot of cleanup crew out today, so I'm pretty sure everything is good to go to get on some of these streets. But power lines were down, everything was all over the place, and it was sad to see, because when we went out after the fact, we did go to a friend's house where they had power, and we stayed with them half of the day. And just to see all the destruction that was going on, it was like really devastating to see, because a lot of people work for this stuff. And for me, like I said, I have all this stuff right here. And I'm gonna give you a spin around about what I have in this room. I have a lot of gaming stuff in here. And I was just thinking, like, man, I lose all of that, what happens? It doesn't really matter. But just thought, just to think of it, and it crossed my mind, make you think like, man, that's crazy. But the main thing is we're all safe, we're all intact. Lights are back on, the internet just came back on. We didn't have any damage to our property. We didn't have damage, around the house or around the neighborhood we live in. So we're able to roam and get in and out of the neighborhood freely. So if we need to go anywhere, we're good. But there's places like literally, once you go out in my neighborhood and you just make a quick right, not even, maybe 10 seconds, outside of my neighborhood, people are, there, some of them were blocked in of their neighborhood. Some houses, there's a report. I mean, I don't know if you can just go on the internet and look at what happened in Paulding County, Georgia. One house had like 6 trees fall on it. 6 trees fall on one house. Fortunately, the family did make it out safe, but you just never want to go through nothing like that. We do everything in our power that people who get up every day and try to make the most of their living conditions. We try our best to go through all of this, and just to see all of that go away through Mother Nature is a scary thought. People say you got insurance and this, that, and the third, but I mean, really, you really want to go through all that, as well. Think about those people that's in Los Angeles right now, even though their insurance situation is a little bit different, but still, look what they're going through. So look at the people in North Carolina, what they went through. And we had that storm come past us earlier, through the early parts of that whole storm that hit North Carolina and the parts of Florida. We had that come through where I live. So it's, you don't want to deal with that, because at the end of the day, you want to live every day as comfortable as possible. And I encourage everyone who can to try your best to live your life to the fullest, because you just never know what could happen. I was in a situation last night where we're just sitting, and basically sitting in a small area of this house, just thinking, man, what's going to happen next for the next 20, maybe 30 minutes. Like, what's going to happen? And then come to think about it, looking at what happened after the fact, like, man, that could have been us if that tornado could have just wanted to go, to the right or the left. I don't know exactly where it is, but it could have been like wherever it wanted to go. It could have came straight into our neighborhood and tore up everything. I'm just extremely thankful, and I love, the fact that I just love the fact that I'm able to live the life that I live. I'm not well off. I'm not, all of this, that, and the third, but I'm able to go out and do things that's beneficial to me and my family. And it's really rough thinking about all that stuff can be, gone within a split second. That's life. That's truly what it is. But it just puts some perspective on some things. This whole thing with content creating, I try to be as open as I can about, how I live and how I work and how I play, with what I got going on this channel and my other channel. But it's just, it puts some things in perspective a little bit, it really it makes you refocus, it makes you rethink, and it actually makes you want to reset a lot of things that you may not have in order. You know what I mean? Some things, I know I don't have it all together. Some things I may want to change and do, and some things I need to fix, and I want to do my best to do so. So it was just a little bit of an emotional day for me, just sitting back and thinking all the things that has happened in the last 24 to 36 hours. My wife has been amazing. She's been calm. My son didn't know what was going on. And another thing about that before I get out of here, he didn't know what was going on because he slept throughout the night. But when he saw all the trees down when we were driving to our friend's house to stay there for half the day because we didn't have any electricity here. When he was driving, he was like, he was so amazed and a little bit scared a little bit. He was like, man, that could have fell on our house. Our house could have fell over. And then that's when I thought about it. It's like, he's an innocent kid, and, the little time he's been on this earth, everything could have been altered very quickly or even worse. And it really made me sit back and think, like, and I'm not doing anything like, that's malicious or anything, but nobody's perfect. And it just made me think, like, I need to get my life, more, fortified, much more, grounded than it is today. And I'm a pretty grounded brother, but he just made me, with him saying what he said, just made me think that I need to get a few more things, in order. My habits need to get a little bit more aligned with, just continuously, being better every day. You know, and, I mean, I don't have any crazy issues going on, but we all can use some room for improvement and getting better. But at the end of the day, this was a little bit of a wake up call, with his reaction and, the things I've been thinking for the past couple of days. All this stuff that I have in here is great. It's phenomenal. And I'm thankful to have all of this and to have fun and talk gaming with you guys and talk everything under that. But, today made me feel a little bit different because of what happened. There's some people out there tonight that, their houses and the way they live in has been altered and it's not the same. And I know you can always get that stuff back as materialistic, but and I hope that everything works out for them to do so. But who really wants to go through that? Who really wants to go through that? Just something in my nose, like something in my nose. Don't pay attention to that. It's been a stressful day. Give me a pass. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. It's been a crazy day. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I'll have more content for y'all throughout the week. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.